What's up, guys? Thunder Alley here back. It feels weird saying that because the first time I have in probably 2 months. It's been a minute. The Chargers' first game is less than a month away. It's September 11th against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's a huge game at home, trying to set an example. Of course, since I've been making videos, we've been talking about just how loaded the Chargers look on both sides of the ball. We know defensively they really struggled last season against the run, so they go out there and they bring in Khalil Mack, who a lot of people sleep on him in the run game. He's actually exceptional there. And last season before the injury, he was just racking up sacks as well. But they also went out there and brought in Sebastian Joseph Day. So even though it's been a couple of months since I have talked about the Chargers, it doesn't take away from the fact that they've improved probably the most in all of football. I know the Raiders have, their rights to be in that conversation, but the difference between the Raiders and the Chargers, in my opinion, is the quarterback. Now, is Derek Carr a bad quarterback? No, I think he's actually a very good one, but he's not Justin Herbert. I'm a Colts fan, as I mentioned before on the channel, and the best quarterback that I've ever seen, obviously being biased, is, well, Peyton Manning, but when I was older and more into football, is Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck came here his rookie season. He led us to the playoffs, and when he was healthy, he led us to the playoffs every single season, and he would get us to the playoffs, and eventually we would go to the conference championship against Tom Brady and the Patriots, and we'd obviously get blown out of the water. But the reason why I'm mentioning that to you guys is because I see a lot of Andrew Luck and Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert now has a significantly better offensive line. He has more weapons: Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton, and overall, of course, he has Austin Eckler. Andrew Luck didn't have a running back until Andrew Luck didn't play with Jonathan Taylor. He played with like Marlon Mack right back in 2018. Yeah, so Andrew Luck never had a running back of Austin Eckler's caliber. And the defense, the Chargers defense is actually very good. They weren't able to run their scheme last season because they couldn't stop the run. So now that they can stop the run, it's going to be pretty scary. I like what the Chargers have going on, and it's just a wait-and-see type of game, bro, because I feel like the Chargers are going to be one of the most fun teams to talk about in football once the games start going on, because we just need to see them go out there and produce. This is a team that's never won a Super Bowl. This is a team that obviously fell short with Phillip Rivers, and now they bring in Justin Herbert through the draft, and I mean, this kid's just got an absolute cannon of an arm. He also is underrated. I think he rushed for like 300 yards last season. I joined 2 fantasy football leagues. Both are competitive. One's for money. One's just with guys that I know. But regardless, I mean, the one with guys that I know is probably going to be more difficult than the money one because it's pretty crazy league. But the one that I'm playing in for money, I was talking to the guy that invited me, and I was asking him about the top quarterbacks and asking him about Justin Herbert, and I was like, okay, Justin Herbert's probably going to be the best quarterback in football this season. And he was like, okay, maybe top 4, top 5. It has me thinking a lot of people don't really know about Justin Herbert that aren't Charger fans or that don't cover the Chargers, because Justin Herbert to me is just as good as any other quarterback in football. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. If I could take one of those guys, like if you were to hand me ownership to a team and we did a draft and you were like, okay, you need to take a quarterback first, who are you taking? Oh yeah, Joe Burrow, sorry about that. He's got to be in there. If you were to tell me, like, let's say I had the first pick, right? And obviously you take a quarterback because you're going to be picking first at the end of the second round, and you certainly do not want to have to take a quarterback then. So who are you taking? To me, as I mentioned, the guys that I just did, I'm taking Justin Herbert because there's just something different about his arm and willingness to win and do whatever it takes. And the fact that the Chargers were basically a tie away last season from making the playoffs is just ridiculous because they were dealing with a bunch of different things, and now they finally go out there and they're in win now mode. They're in win now mode because Herbert is on that rookie contract, and we're gonna get a taste of how good the Chargers really are and how elite Justin Herbert really is this season because they have all the pieces in play. It's just gonna come down to execution. Can the Chargers execute? Can they stay healthy? And they play in a loaded division. That's why a lot of people fade them. They play in a division with the Broncos, a.k.a. Russell Wilson, the Raiders with Derek Carr, and of course, you can't take away from Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, who did lose his best weapon in Tyreek Hill. But I still don't think that's a reason to sleep on the Chiefs. So I appreciate you guys. Only a 5-minute video. I'm going to start getting more back into the Chargers. Dude, I still got the hat. Chargers are still the first football channel that I made. I do have another football channel over at Daily Packers that is absolutely going off. but at the same time, it doesn't take away from the fact that I did make this channel for a reason and that I am rooting for the Chargers. And I really, really hope that they kick the Raiders' ass on week 1, and I definitely hope that they make the playoffs. And if they were to win, you can't complain, because the day that I gained the most respect for Charger fans is not the day that I hit whatever, or I don't know how many views I've gotten, but 20, I think I got like 20K in a video, or I hit 1,000K, 1,000K. I'm not freaking more, 1,000 subs. The day that I gained the most respect for Charger fans was the day that I made an absolute just horrendous video. It wasn't my words. I was reading an article and I was talking about Derwin James and where I ranked him as the Chargers' top players, and he did deal with injuries, so that plays into it. But still, there was no dislikes on that video. There's probably 100 comments calling me an idiot, but no one disliked it, and it was that's just really appreciated right there, because it's really hard to run all these channels, and it's really hard to learn teams, because if you are to just read articles for videos, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you miss out a lot, because Derwin James, to Charger fans, is the most valuable player outside of Justin Herbert. Now, there's no way you're convincing me that he's more valuable than Justin Herbert, because Herbert is literally this franchise. Like, even though they're good all around, it's going to come down to Justin Herbert. If Justin Herbert just plays the way he has since he's been here, and they stay healthy, and the defense is improved and things like that, they're going to be a very good team. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender. So, like, I do really get that side to it. But it goes to show, man, that you actually, like, when you're running these team channels, you learn more from the fans every single time than you'll learn from reading these articles, because these articles are, sure, these guys are getting paid to write them, but it doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about, and it doesn't mean that they really have the expertise. So you definitely got to just read, you've got to watch, you've got to listen to the fans, you've got to go to the community section and just talk to people as much as you can. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, Thunder Alley, man, we're back, gang.